ever lost that sparkle. And we heard that last year when it celebrated its 30th anniversary. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much. A warm applause. So I briefly mentioned the jury at the beginning. Now, they're not actually all here tonight, but I just want to give them a proper moment in the spotlight because, as you would agree, without their hard work, and it is hard work, it requires a lot of diligence, there are no finalists, there are no winners. So here they are, you can see on the screen. We have here on the right, for heading up the environment category here, Michael Kolvert. He is the mayor of Tallinn, which was European Green Capital in 2023. The lady who is in the room, so we will meet, where are you in the room? Yes, hello. So, hello, is Eleonora de Sabata. She is a marine journalist and photographer. She is a communication manager of Clean Sea Life, so winner at the Life Awards 2022 in the environment category and Citizens Prize winner. And I remember that moment. It was a nice moment. And also here we have Tony Rinaldo. He is an agriculturist and a nature resources advisor at World Vision Australia. And he goes by the name of the Forest Maker. Okay, so you'll hear from all three during the ceremony. Now, they determined the finalists, but of course, who are the finalists? Let us dive straight in and kick things off, if we may, with the environment category. So this category focuses on awarding projects that develop and promote techniques and actions and practices to achieve climate action objectives, supporting the climate-related legislation, improving the governance, facilitating, the adoption, the widespread adoption of successful solutions. Now, before we take a sneak peek at the finalist projects, I'd like to ask to please join me on stage the Director General of DG Environment, Florica Fink-Hoyer. A warm welcome, please. Welcome. I'm very happy to have you with me because I am not the right person to hand over a trophy, so I am delighted. What I'm going to do now is we can have a bit of a peek at the finalists, so let's just relax a moment and get a little bit of an insight into who those three finalists are. So video, please.
Life Food Waste Prev set out to tackle the problem of nearly 400,000 tonnes of food waste generated by households annually in Hungary. Addressing this challenge required a holistic approach. A food waste prevention campaign reached several million Hungarians, and around 300,000 students participated in a primary school campaign. The team also published guidelines for the catering, retail and food industry sectors. The project efforts led to a 4% reduction in food waste generated by households. The team also worked with legislators to shape new regulations on food waste and networked widely across Europe to learn best practices and disseminate its findings. Life Plants for Plants developed new plant-based biostimulants for conventional agriculture, working across 6 European countries: the Netherlands, Poland, Croatia, Italy, France and the UK. The team produced 3 new pilot stimulants at a pilot scale and tested them on various crops in different climatic conditions. The new organic products led to water savings of about 30% in irrigated crops and reduced fungicide and phosphorus use by up to a third. The team worked to change farmers' attitudes towards plant-based biostimulants to make their crops more resilient to climate change and disease. Life TechMine developed and tested innovative ways of addressing the negative environmental impacts of mining on Mediterranean forests. The project team's work covered an area of 27 hectares across 4 mining sites in Spain. Their techniques, which addressed ecological and social issues, have been applied to siliceous sands, kaolin and clay quarry mining, focusing on new approaches to enhance landscape integration, limit water erosion and improve biodiversity. New activities like ecotourism started in the restored areas. The The team's approach has been replicated in other mines in Spain and Sweden.
I'm always so impressed by the diversity of this. And at any point, should you want to chip in, I'm asking Florica to come back at the end because she's going to deliver some closing words, but she's being the very good trophy handover at the moment. Anytime you want to chip in, you are welcome. There is a mic behind you. Diversity is fantastic. We have some more waiting on this stage because it's my pleasure to invite to the screen, but it's a pre-recorded message, jury member Mikhail Kölvart, as I said, the mayor of Tallinn in Estonia. He's going to talk a little bit about the category and the projects, and then he's going to announce the winner. So let's have a listen, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings from the European Green Capital, Tallinn. After seeing these inspiring video clips of the finalists, I'm sure you all agree that it's almost impossible to choose just one winner, as they all deserve the title for the contribution to protect and improve our environment. LIFE co-finances projects in the environmental sector, in particular in the areas of air, chemicals, green and circular economy, industrial accidents, marine and coastal management, noise, soil, waste, water, and the urban environment. As the mayor of the 2023 European Green Capital, I'm happy to notice that the finalists in the Environment Action category this year are tackling very important issues and focus strongly on sustainability. It is also very impressive that the innovative projects are not just pilots, but have real-scale applications. All three projects have strong positive influence on the challenges they are solving. But there can be just one winner. The winning project stands out for achieving significant environmental and socio-economic impact, and has already inspired new legislation. The winner of the LIFE Awards 2023 Environment Action category helps to save resources and aims to make our planet cleaner. The winner is Plants for Plants.
Can I ask Mark van Oers to come? The golden rule is you have to keep clapping for this beautiful photo call moment. So, come here, come the other side. There you go. Yeah. To this photographer. Well done. Now, it is a bit of a tricky one to hand over and carry, isn't it? It's not the easiest, but... Oh my God, the godfather of plants. Okay, well, godfather, can you go over to that lectern? You've got a little bit, and as you may have noticed, this gentleman has an object with him, and it's not just because he brought it up here. He brought it up here for a reason, because there is a link to the project. And he is going to try and remember what that link is now by looking in his phone, I think. You can't, okay. Well, so
few words.
A few words.
Few words. So, I'm very glad, surprised, happy. But this is a project we started more than 20 years ago, the idea, because 20 years ago we noticed that agriculture was really facing dramatic troubles. It was almost the end of the beginning of the end of the agriculture based on chemistry. So then we decided another way has to be taken. Otherwise, we will break our face on the wall. And so I'm very glad to be here today. I have to thank the team of scientists, agronomists, farmers, accountants, distributors of Van Iperen, who is our main participant of the project, Landler, which is me, universities in Italy, in UK, who believed in the project and worked hardly for 3-4 years to go to the end. So what is a Plant for Plants? That's the question. So agriculture is facing dramatic challenges because all the things we know. Erratic climatic conditions. You have seen in Italy what's happened a few weeks ago. So how can plants survive? We are sometimes thinking, there was a speaker before, he was talking about imagination. So then we thought, okay, nature, plants are older than we are. They didn't care about the human being because they are in the world since billion of years. So evolution teaches the plants to cope with critical conditions. Why not look to the plants and find what in the plants is to get responses to the challenges, to the climatic changes, to the overuse of everything? And we did there. This is why we have the colors, because the colors are the flower of the plants, which are producing a lot of products which are good for them. And by finding what is in the plants useful for them, we found what was useful for the crops as well. We took out from the plants and we are giving back to the plants. And this became our motto, Plants for Plants. And in this way, we are able to save a lot of water, a lot of fertilizer, a lot of chemicals, and to help the farmers across Europe and not only Europe. So thanks to the team, thanks to the Dutch team that was able to transfer into products the idea we got more than 20 years ago. And now farmers can profit all over Europe of this innovation. And thanks Europe for supporting us. That's the color.
If you want, you can leave your object underneath if you wish. Yes. Perfect. Well done. I love the way you referred. You said the previous speaker mentioned imagination. I'm not sure the commissioner has ever been referred to as the previous speaker. I loved it. So that's a quote that's going in the next quiz next year. Thank you so much. You can give them a warm round of applause. Please stay with me, Florica. Now, yes, please, if you would. There are two things. The first thing is I'd like to check in with the cartoonist. Has he been sleeping on the job? Or Blaise, have you been working hard? Very hard, even. Okay, I hope in a moment we can connect you and we'll lose me from the big screen. There we go. Ah, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Okay, you've been working very hard. Thank you very much. I'm also giving you a hot off the press that actually, if I'm reliably informed, voting for the Citizens' Prize is closed. It's closed. So I'm telling you that now so that we don't sort of put up the slide and you click and you're very excited. It's closed. So if you missed it, too bad, but thousands didn't. Okay. All right. Onwards and upwards, if we can, please, into our second category tonight, and it's the Life Nature Protection Award. All right? So, as you all know or should know, this is aimed at celebrating outstanding projects that are protecting and restoring Europe's nature, but also those that are very focused on halting and reversing biodiversity loss. And that was a huge part of our Green Week discussions today. So focuses on projects that are committed to nature conservation in the areas of biodiversity and habitats and species. So we're now going to find out a little sneak peek at who the three finalists are. Video, please.
Life IAS free habitats restored territories of 2 of Bulgaria's most vulnerable forest and 2 grassland habitats in 3 Natura 2000 zones. The project team made a breakthrough in the restoration of the Greek juniper, an ancient species that is very difficult to reproduce and is threatened with extinction in Europe. The project also addressed one of the major threats for the habitats, invasive alien plants, and managed to obtain the commitment of local authorities and farmers to remove these plants from their land. The lessons learned are presented to all stakeholders in a guide for good practices and methods, the first of its kind in Bulgaria. Training was organized at national level among experts of governmental institutions. With the input of all stakeholders, a conservation plan for the rare habitat of the Greek juniper was developed. LifeLeg set out to reverse biodiversity decline and natural habitat damage caused by decades of human intervention in Austria's Lech River. 13 river engineering measurements allowed the river to rediscover its natural dynamics. 320,000 square meters of gravel were removed, widening the waterway and removing bank protection structures. 38 new pools were created, improving habitats for vulnerable species, including the stone crayfish, the natterjack toad, and the European bullhead. Life Lux Preserval established a population of Eurasian lynx in the Palatinate forest in southwest Germany, 3 centuries after the species disappeared from the area. 20 lynx from Switzerland and Slovakia were introduced to the forest and monitored to ensure successful integration into their new habitat. The new population has bred with at least 18 cubs born during the project, helping the species thrive. Work to inform and bring on board local stakeholders has helped to increase awareness of the value to the local economy of the lynx reintroduction.
I almost heard a collective, "Oh, but your face did it. Your face did what I wanted to do more of that face. I thought I shouldn't do more of that, but it was that, ooh, right at the end." It's kind of impossible to see cubs and not do that, isn't it? Right. It's my great pleasure. I've already introduced her, but not asked her to join us on stage. Jury member Eleonora de Sabata, a winner from last year, a very happy winner from last year. A warm round of applause, please. As you prefer. You can use that, or you can use the lectern.
That's okay.
The tech team will be happy if you use the lectern. Just adjust the mic for your height.
I will. And
otherwise, she doesn't get good photos, this lovely lady here.
Well, hello, everyone. And these videos really bring us hope in a world that is struggling with biodiversity loss. You guys, I just met you before. You have rewilded rivers. You have reintroduced charismatic species that was long lost in your corner of the world for hundreds of years. And you've eradicated invasive species. This is an amazing feat for which we all thank you, especially knowing all the passion and the hard work that you've put into it. So you should be all proud of being here. In my mind, however, your biggest contribution was to rewild people and making your local stakeholders and us all remember that we are citizens of the natural world. And this is the biggest legacy that you will find, as we did in Clean Sea Life. This is what will make your project live on for a very long time, even after the project is now ended. So well done, everyone. Again, sorry, only one can be the winner. And it is my great pleasure to announce the winner for the Life Awards 23 in the nature category, which is Life Lux Pfälzerwald, or something like that.
So, you've brought the object, and you're going to do the speaking. You're the speaker, you are the object holder. Yeah, that is a good way around. So,
actually, it's much more than the object holder. It's a representative of the Regional Hunting Association. And the Hunting Association has been strong support of the project before we started. We saw it in the movie, in the clip. Together we released the first lynxes, and we're still continuing to work together on this species. So thanks a lot for being here.
You're very aware it was a joke about the object holder, weren't you? I wasn't downgrading you by any means.
Thanks for the vote. Thanks for the acknowledgement of this tremendous work. We had the honor to given the task, giving the money to provide this or to run this project. And as we saw in the clip, Palatinate Forest was a lynx habitat until the 18th century. And there actually had been plans to reintroduce the lynxes since 1974. So I'm born in 72, just to give you a short idea on how long it sometimes takes to get to reach an objective in nature conservation. And actually, I'm hoping that the restoration law will be a little faster. But things take time. And taking this time, our foundation running the LIFE project entered the stage actually rather late. A small NGO was doing a lot of work on ground, talking to hunters, talking to livestock keepers, actually preparing the ground for us to work on the proposal. And once we started working the proposal, it has been still a challenge to work on the finance, to work on the texts, to work on conceptual elements. And we got strong support from our local forest administration and from partners in France, and from administration, from NGOs, from companies, and that gave us a lot of good spirit to work on this proposal. And once we got the message that the proposal passed and the grants are provided to the project, we've been so happy and actually quite respectful to the task at hand, because now we really had to start to work. And we had proposed to release 20 lynxes, 10 from Slovakia and 10 from Switzerland. And actually that worked out just exactly as planned. I will not go into the complex detail of hunting large carnivores, translocating them, working with veterinarians, working with administrations to get all the papers in place. And we had and actually to the end of the project, and in the clip we talked about 18 cubs. Meanwhile, we are by 20. So there's more. And just a funny note is, and a very important note is that the cubs are born in France. So this is like the transbordery population we had imagined. It's working already. And to standing here to receive the LIFE Award today is a huge recognition of this outstanding cooperation. I'm representing here the coordinating beneficiary, but we were much more people and organizations behind this reintroduction program. So thanks a lot to everyone. And the Eurasian lynx once populated huge areas in Europe, and together with LIFE, we managed to build another nucleus that's spreading already, and there are more projects to come. And actually, we are in close linkage to other LIFE projects in the Dinaric Alps, and for us it was very nice to see that experiences we had were further developed and improved in the next LIFE project. And so this is like building a history and passing on experiences between the LIFE project. And I'm quite happy that LIFE is enforcing that and is allowing that. And actually, it's working. Congratulations to that. Thanks to our supporters, and to name some of them, the European Commission for providing the funds, CINEA for running this program very effectively, and very nicely. And for financing partners, we received additional funds from WWF Germany, HIT Umweltstiftung, Deutsche Wildtierstiftung, and many others, companies, private individuals, and together we formed this project and completed the task. So thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you. And that's why award ceremonies are so lovely, because of that huge joy at that win. And listen, it's not the most important part of your work, of course, but goddamn, is it nice to have it celebrated and recognised like that. So thank you so much to all of you. Florica, I'll be inviting you back at the end, if I may, please, to give some closing words. And in the meantime, thank you. You may all take your seats. So, can we please check in with Blaise, our brilliant cartoonist, and see what he made of that? Oh, you did get that. I salute you, Blaise. The video didn't get the collective, but your cartoon did. Come on, not bad. So, and let me remind you again, don't go online for the Citizens' Prize. The voting has closed. All right, we're going to go into our third category. It's the Life Climate Action Award category. So this award is very much focused on honouring projects of which the goal is mitigation and adaptation to climate change. So gosh, that could be renewable energy projects, something in energy efficiency or land use, resilience to climate impacts, and also the kinds of projects could be, sorry, I'm making a bit of noise there, could be best practices or pilots or demos that very much align with EU policies, but also those, and we heard there a little bit from our last winner, those that really boost knowledge sharing and all of that connection and that stakeholder engagement. Now, before we have a peek at who our finalists are, I'd like to invite to join me on stage, please, the lady who has not yet appeared, but Sinea has been referred to several times, the Acting Director of the European Climate, Infrastructure and Environment Agency, Sinea Paloma Abba-Garrote. A very warm welcome, please. So we're going to save your words for a little bit later. First of all, if we may, we're going to take a look at who our lovely finalists are in this category. Video, please.
Life Metro Adapt has successfully mainstreamed climate adaptation measures in Milan, Italy's second largest city. The first output was a study on the vulnerability to heat island effects. The team worked to develop adaptation strategies for local authorities to apply cost-effectively. Water management and nature-based solutions were at the heart of their approach. The project drafted simple guidelines for implementing sustainable drainage systems to prevent flood risk in urban areas. They also created an international network to share best practices with other municipalities. Life Peat Restore focused on restoring peatlands to sequester carbon and contribute to the EU's climate goals. Working across 11 sites in 5 countries, Poland, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania and Germany, the project restored more than 5,000 hectares of peatland. The team sought to reverse the negative climate impact of peatland draining, turning the habitats into a vast area of carbon storage instead of a source of greenhouse gases. Project outcomes include filling ditches and draining dams to stop water draining, creating guidelines for peatland restoration, and enhancing the quality and quantity of data relating to peatlands. UMob Life fought against traffic congestion in cities by promoting behavioral changes and sustainable mobility among university students. The project fostered a European network of more than 80 universities in 11 countries to share best practices. Some universities encouraged public transport use, providing a free annual pass to all students. Others supported local authorities in developing cycle paths and bike sharing, setting up facilities including a bike repair shop inside the campus staffed by volunteers. UMob Life also created a network of sustainable mobility managers to develop awareness campaigns and engage local communities.
Again, fantastically diverse, but it's neither you nor I who get to announce the winner, I'm afraid. No, that is the job of the jury member who we have not yet heard from, Natural Resources Management Specialist and Agronomist Tony Rinaldo. He's going to talk a little bit about the category and then announce the winner. Video, please.
Good evening, everybody. In an age when we're constantly inundated with negative environmental and climate news, I find these short videos inspiring and uplifting. LIFE co-finances projects in the area of climate mitigation, such as renewable energy, energy efficiency, land use, and peatland management. These are essential areas if we're going to realise net zero emissions. And it co-finances projects in the area of climate change adaptation, ranging from building resilience to water scarcity, drought, forest fire, and floods. And in adaptive technologies in the economic sectors and safeguarding natural resources. Adaptation support is necessary for the millions of people already vulnerable and or impacted by the effects of climate change. The three finalists today exhibit the impact of positive actions necessary to tackle climate, environment, and nature issues. I've personally been involved in this struggle to save communities and landscapes from the ravages of climate change and land degradation for 4 decades. And so for me, it's thrilling to see these finalists publicly acknowledged and rewarded. I believe that their work will give hope and inspire many other individuals and organisations to follow in their footsteps. If we're going to resolve the climate crisis, we have to believe, first of all, that it's possible. Projects like these confirm that it is possible, and they shine a light on the path that we should take. In judging the contestants, we looked at the impact, what difference this initiative has made overall, and we looked at the relevance of this activity in contributing to the EU's environment and climate priorities. And so it's with great pleasure that I announce the winner of the LIFE Awards 2023 Climate Action category. And the winner is LIFE Metro Adapt. Congratulations, and I wish you every success in the years to come.
She was dancing in the aisle, that is for sure. Go on, another clap, please, while we have a lovely photo. There's a photographer right there. Right, you're happy, I hope?
Yes, so happy.
So happy. There is an earth-shaped candle in your hand, so who is going to talk?
Together.
Together at the lectern? Oh, join me, come join me. You can have one microphone each. Adjust it to your height, please, so that we get nice, beautiful photographs. We don't want to see that in your face. Okay.
Thank you.
Voila. So that's it. Perfect.
Maybe I can try just.
Oh, yes.
Maybe. Yes. Oh, yes. Pay attention, please. Okay. Thank you. So thank you from me, and thank you for all my colleagues, especially from Alessandra Carreri, that she is our financial manager that helped the project very much. And thank you from her too. I want to leave the stage to Michela Palestra. She is Michela Palestra, and she was our deputy mayor during the project. We are the metropolitan city of Milan, so we have a deputy mayor, and she was our deputy mayor and our super energetic, fan of the project and very involved too. So, Michela, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Let me say thank you to Cinzia Davoli, the project manager, and all the people who work on this project, because it's really emotion. So we are so proud because we are a public body, we are a territory, and we are 133 municipalities, and we have the ambition to build an integrated and widespread green transition. The studies conducted on climate change in our territory, the grounding of nature-based solution, the interaction spatial planning tools with the project findings and active climate change adaptation campaign, all these constitute the legacy of the project. A legacy that will not be left behind, but which already forms the basis for the development of the territory. In fact, thank you to the experience of MetroAdapt, we have been able to develop an adaptation strategy called Metropolitan City Sponge, that will lead the widespread development on MBS intervention for sustainable urban drainage management and already has 90 interventions in the pipeline to be implemented by 2026 using 50 million of the next generation funds. The project was also a great opportunity for us to build a bond with stakeholders who formed the project partnership and made possible the success of the work during these 3 years. Ambiente Italia, Igeus, ALDA, Gruppo CAP, Lega Ambiente. Thanks again to all of them. They have been teaching us a lot, but most importantly, we have come to understand that public administration must actively place itself at the forefront to lead this climatological transition that must be fair and feasible for all of us. This is the object. Represent the global warming status quo. The world, as we know it, one day, will only be but a memory. We are running out of time, and we have to act together with nature and use nature-based solution. The flame burning, not today, but is burning. The candle also represents the urgency to act, and the warming too. So let's stop it now together. Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Very well done. Oh. You can put it under there if you like. Yeah. I think you can just push yourselves with those one more time as they leave stage. Thank you so much. Oh. It's just great to see people happy, isn't it? It's just brilliant. We need more of that every day. And so we have to check in with our cartoonist, actually, and then I will call upon you, Paloma Arba. So let's have a look. What's going on? Can we see? Ah. Nice. Oh, look, they've been snapping away. You can sell your images for I'm just saying, Blaise, that they're taking pictures of your pictures. So, We do have, of course, and in a moment I will ask you to say a few words, we do have this one more award this evening. It's voted for by the public. Who in this room did cast a vote? Okay, so it is, of course, the Life Citizens Prize. And as I said, the prize receives thousands of votes every year. What was the final? 10? Approximately 10,000 votes. Phenomenal, okay? So the numbers have been counted. Now, it will be down to you. I hope somebody's going to hand me an envelope at some point. But first of all, let me ask you to please say a few words, Paloma. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. You know, as acting director of CINEA, I'm very happy to be with all of you today, particularly to announce the winner of the Life Citizens category. You know, there was a public vote. We have just been informed that we had more than 10,000 votes. So I'm truly impressed by the number of people who have been interested in voting for this category and to choose between the project finalists, which were all really very impressive. So it must have been a difficult task. Well, the LIFE program is at the heart of the European Union Green Deal, you know, as it aims to a better management of natural resources, improves the quality of our lives, and helps fighting against climate change. You know, the last 5 months at the helm of CINEA have helped me to discover the secret of the success of the LIFE program. And the answer is quite simple. LIFE brings the European Union citizens together and beyond to work for our climate and our environment. So who are the citizens? Well, the LIFE community includes project team members, researchers, scientists, local communities, policymakers, NGOs, natural reserve personnel, economists, youngsters, volunteers, and many more. Each day, they are and you are busy working for a cleaner environment and taking climate action at local level. LIFE projects are happening all around, in major cities and in remote areas. LIFE is bringing the European Union to the people. Everyone who has contributed to the success of LIFE program can be proud of their contribution. Without the support of the people, LIFE would never be the success story what it is today and what it will be in the future. And this is why we have launched the Citizens Prize several years ago. We wanted to give you a voice to vote for your favorite LIFE project. So now, ladies and gentlemen, your votes have been counted. The people have spoken. So let's see who the winner is.
You know, it has taken me all my willpower, I swear to God, not to open this. Does anybody know the film Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg? Do you know when she doesn't want to hand over the check? Do you remember in the street? Is it Ghost? She doesn't want to hand, she's like, I sort of don't want to hand this over, but I will. There you go. So exciting. Who's excited? Ooh.
The Citizens Prize winner goes to Life Tech Min, or Tech Mind.
Better than that, I think. Voila, please stay. Huge congratulations. Paloma, will you just stay with us while we thank you so much? While are you going to go? I don't know your name, I'm so sorry.
Isaura.
Oh, over to you then. You must be extremely happy.
Yeah, very happy. But first, thank you for all the people who has voted for the TechMine project. We are very proud in Valencian government of this project. And this been led by the Conselleria of Agriculture and Ecological Transition. And I want to explain who has made up of is Baersa, the CEAM, the CIEB, the Complutense University, the University of Zaragoza, the Silveco Minerals, and the General Director of the Natural Environment. Thank you. Thank you for all the work you've been doing for all these years. A project that unites science, administration, companies in favor of the environment, and that's the key to success. A pioneering project that solves a serious environmental problem, the restoration of a space that destroys open-cast mines. It allows nature to reclaim the space that meaning natural resources have destroyed. So we have a triple advantage: fight against erosion, help biodiversity, and recover the landscape. So, in fact, it works quite well. In our land, this method is already being applied in 10 different abandoned mines. And in addition, companies from Sweden, Colombia, and Belgium have already taken an interest in this project. So, behind this project, as I said, there are years of effort and work, and we are very happy today with this social recognized. But for us, the most important thing is that it works. So thank you very much. And we have bring some seeds that we plant in this area. The seeds that it represents the life, and it represents also the future. So we only have one planet, one health, and we need a future. Thank you.
You can put them there if you like. Just take a last photo. Would you like to be in the front? Yeah. Just take a last photo, please. That's a big win. Oh, no. Oh, please. Thank you. Whee! Warm congratulations. Keep it safe on the way home. It's not the easiest thing to keep in one piece, but keep it in one piece. Thank you, all of you. You can breathe now. You can take a seat off stage. Do I dare ask, Blaise, what you made of that? Have you been scribbling like a fiend? Let's have a look. There we go. Ah, plein d'écran. Thank you. Ah, that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. And I know, and I don't say these as empty words, and nor does anybody who's ever up here. And yes, there's a winner, but quite frankly, the Commissioner said it himself. I think you know that. These are all brilliant projects. So can we just give a round of applause, please, to all of the finalists, because they're fantastic. Now, before I invite Florica Finkoya to come to the stage to say a few words, I'd like to see if we can do one more. We got you on the Slido app. Don't think you've got away with things that easily. I'd like to find out what you made of it all. How are you feeling? We know the winners are very happy, but with a single emoji, can we construct a word cloud? The blue one is hilarious. Okay, so let's give it party time. Okay, those aren't emojis, but okay, I feel like I have no authority in this room. I say the word emoji and people write things, but that's okay. Okay, start trophy, yes, very good. Very good. Oh, I like the one that's like this. whoever did that one. Yeah, that looks like a potato up there, or is it a crisp? I don't know. Maybe somebody's hungry. Okay. We got a lynx. Yep. Bread. Seeds. Power. Sharks, indeed. Thirsty but happy, thank you. Is that because you just didn't find an emoji for thirsty but happy? Okay. Lots of party ones. We got this. Let's just wait a little while longer because it's very intriguing to see what you all pick, and all of you online. I like the loaf of bread there. Who put the loaf of bread there? Are you in the room? Okay. Champagne glasses, champagne bottle, flowers, plants, stars, a crown. Oh, people are starting to get rather ambitious now and put several emojis together. Oh, is that allowed? I think it's allowed. Okay, there's an avocado. Who put the avocado in there? Was it you? Okay, at least we have somebody own up to something. Okay. Butterfly, yes, we have a butterfly. Thank you for who did that? Yes, well, very good. All right, unicorn. Cake. Hopefully cake soon. All right, so I think we can reliably say, Florica, that people are in an upbeat mood. So on that note, I think it's a nice atmosphere in which to invite you to come to the stage again and say a few words. Thank you. A warm round of applause.
And I have to say I got the hint, right? Especially the food and the champagne and everything. I got the hint, but I'm sorry. You believe that the life of a Director General is very easy. You just stand on the podium, hand out prizes, and I can assure you that's the best moment. But the real best moment is every year the award ceremony for life, because it gives so much energy, so much commitment, so much hope, I must say as well. And it's just fantastic to see this bottom-up dynamism. And I must say, you heard and you saw some of the projects, and all of them deserve a big applause, but also a prize. Very often, long-term commitment, a lot of stamina, a lot of imagination goes into that. And I've now witnessed several years of these award ceremonies, and each and every time I think, wow, this is new, this is brilliant, and each time it's better. So I love that part, let's say, of my job, if I may say so. But I'm afraid you want me now to bring the celebration to a close, but I don't do that yet. But I do want to bring it a little bit to a different level. Indeed, we will have some celebrations, some of what the emojis were saying outside. But I also have to say that the Life Award ceremonies is really very, very fitting for the first day, or the end of the first day of our Green Week. Because the Green Week is always a bit of a reflection time. Where do we stand? What are the challenges that we are facing again, or new, or still? And how do we go about it? And you remember the theme today is going or delivering on a net zero world. And I think today we had fabulous speakers, a lot of motivation, a lot of ideas inside, and it became super clear that everything is intertwined, and you need circularity, you need biodiversity, you need nature restoration, you need zero pollution, you need to act on climate change. Nothing is in isolation. Everything is a system, and that is basically what we stand for as well. So I'm very, very happy for all the progress that was shown today. And it was also very wonderful for me personally to see that there was so much support for nature in the prizes, but also in all the panels, the speeches, whatever you heard today. And I think that to see that restoring nature is so important, because I think nature and nature restoration got a very high profile throughout the whole day, also in the awards. But I think this is also needed because some take it for granted. Our planet, it doesn't cost, so it is there as if we can get it for free and we don't get it for free. So I think without bringing back nature or healthy nature, and there is no path to climate neutrality, no path to biodiversity, to stop biodiversity loss, and everything, as I said, is interlinked. So we, from the Director General of Environment, we are always very getting uplifted, heartened, supported, or feel supported by the Green Week, because we know and we are convinced actually that Europe will deliver and has to deliver and has to lead on the nature, on the climate, on the biodiversity, on the zero pollution front. And we know that future generations look at us, and we have to make it happen, and we will. So there's no question about it. And life, bring it back to life, life also is making it happening from the ground, convincing in a very, very tangible way why Europe matters, why engagement matters, and bring through the LIFE projects also a little bit of Europe and this idea and this commitment to the ground. And I would like to express a special thank you to Paloma and her team, because LIFE is in very, very good hands with you, and I think she deserves an extra applause, and the whole team. So, thank you, Paloma. And that brings us to the end of the first day. It's just the first day. And of course, I cannot capture, as I said, what would be now the whole of all what we've heard. But I think what we also take along is this collaboration, the need for collaboration. To not go for polarization, but listen to each other, taking care of the facts, and work together. Policymakers, civil society, industry, and those who are scientists, everybody who can contribute. And I think that's what we heard today throughout the whole day, and I think that, again, is very important. Traditionally, we have to thank those who made it happen today. It's only the first day, but now we have a bigger crowd, and I think it is most appropriate to do it now. And I have a whole list, and I will not be able to thank everybody individually, but I certainly would like to thank all the speakers. We had fabulous speakers, really interesting from the whole range of life. I would like to say a thank you to the team from SCIC, from the interpreter side. Some have left, but also from the technician side. To TIPIC, who always works with us. Sinea already mentioned. Obviously, Katrin, without you, nothing would have happened here. We wouldn't have known when to stand where and what to do. And obviously, you will allow me also to give a special thank you for my own team. And there I will become a bit more individual, led by Emil. It is Bastian, Nadia, and Anka. Give them applause. As I said, the week is not over. It's just the first day. We have a packed day also still tomorrow. Please come back. We have workshops and on very important themes, biodiversity financing, social justice, and many more. And we have obviously already the 200 partner events that are still going on throughout, already over the weekend and now. So actually, now I'm not standing anymore in between you and the cocktail, but I'm afraid Katrin is always obsessed with social media. I think you wanted to take a last, check-in.
Well,
and then we go.
I encouraged, I will add, can I add a few of your thanks just for these awards? Am I allowed to do that?
And also for the audience for being with us.
Yeah, for the audience and everybody contributing to the LIFE programme, and the beneficiaries, and the jury members, and the finalists, and the winners, and absolutely, yes, everybody at the Commission. And, well, look, you mentioned TIPIC. I mentioned TIPIC and VO Europe. I've done it now. And there we go, our lovely cartoonist, Blaise. We can give him a round of applause. And Blaise, you moved from a regal wave at the beginning to jazz hands at the end. I thought that was an appropriate progression. It's a hint. I have to pinch this from here. Look, I have my phone here. So do please stay with me while we see what we've got. I urged people at the beginning to send tweets. They were fairly, I don't know, it wasn't sort of done with a great deal of gusto during the day today, but I'm going to see with our lovely lady who's been managing social media, who is in my phone as Lizzie Tweeter, because I don't know your surname and I wanted to make sure I could find you in my... Lizzie Tweeter. So what have we got? Here we go. The Life Project Plants for Plants is adding a vibrant array of new shades to the palette of options available to farmers, hence the object that was brought. Congratulations on winning the environment category. Here's to a brighter, more colourful future for sustainable farming. We also had Hats Off to Life Luchs Pfälzerwald. So that's the nature category winners. By fostering a healthy environment for these majestic creatures, you are rewriting history and charting a path towards a more sustainable future. And oh, we even had little paws in there. There were some paw emojis in that one. So let's halt biodiversity loss by 2030. And here we go. Tony Rinaldo, we have a quote from him here. If we're going to resolve the climate crisis, we have to believe that it's possible. Tonight, as part of the awards, Tony is honouring projects with the goal of mitigation and adaptation to climate change. Congratulations, and that had a little hand clap emoji and a fair few hearts and some earth symbols. Okay, so I think I've given you everything. All that remains for me to say is to thank you very, very much and for being here. Big thanks to the lovely Paloma, who I actually last saw last week in Palermo in the ladies' toilet in the poshest Italian building on the planet. Absolutely bonkers. And may I invite the finalists and winners? You need to come to the stage. We're going to orchestrate a few photos. And finally, the rest of you, you may go and chink glasses and have a chat and just have a jolly good time. And for all of you online, of course, thank you so much for being with us. Enjoy your evening, everybody.